Howdy, everybody, and welcome back to the Backstreet Boys reunion tour of Nerd Hell. It's me, Robinson, and I now completely subside off of Diet Coke, the only Coke that is 0 calories but will still give you heart failure.
And it's me, Stanley, the Ultramarine who fights for the Emperor, sitting on the golden throne of the universe 40,000 BC or ACE. There you go.
Ooh, I love Dune or Warhammer.
Warhammer, yeah, dude. No, nothing in Dune could survive the Warhammer universe, dude. I'm not.
Bro, nothing could survive the Warhammer universe.
Exactly.
Even the good guys, even the good guys are scary as hell.
Nah, dude. There's like literally no good guys. Like that's the entire point. Is that like apparently the genre is called grimdark, right? So the whole idea about grimdark is that there is no real optimism to it. Sure, you can have like anecdotal and personal stories that are like kind of happy of like good people, but for the most part, like human society is not doing too well, and aliens are threatening to like kill us, and we're getting in internal wars. The guy who's the Emperor was like this person who's like a really powerful psychic that achieved immortality and basically knew that there were these things called chaos gods and that they wanted to ruin the universe, and that's how they get stronger. And so he was like, okay, I'm gonna improve society. So he does, and he goes in and is just like, oh yeah, by the way, don't bring religious shit into anything. Like, just become an atheist, right? Because he was an atheist himself and knew that if you denied the like religious piety and deity, which will curb, apparently to him, like the worst parts of humanity, that, oh my god, the chaos gods won't rise up and we won't end up in this really bad, like, situation. And then, you know, he gets injured and has to sit on this thing called the Golden Throne, which is a life support system. But because he's, like, immortal, right, he doesn't die. He's just, like, this decrepit skeleton, and his soul is just, like, sitting in the throne, and like they gotta sacrifice psychic people to the throne every day. It's like this weird amalgamation of just like, oh, you think the situation can get worse? Well, don't worry, it will. And the whole point is that like apparently people took his message of, oh yeah, don't believe in gods. There's no such thing as gods, and then they turned him into a basic messiah, and they have a religion built around him. So, you know, he can't really object because he's, like, on life support. So, oh well.
And that's just one faction.
I know.
There's another faction whose motto is blood for the blood god.
Yeah.
And that's all they scream.
Yeah, the worshippers of
Khorne.
Yeah. Dude, Khorne reminds me of, like, an Aztec warrior kind of person.
Yeah, absolutely.
Blood for the blood
what am I
god,
supposed to do?
for the throne.
What am I supposed to do? The sun went down.
I have to say,
We
like,
need
either
blood.
My two favorite though, like the demons, are either Slaanesh, which is like the goddess of like excess, right? Because she has like there are a group of space marines that fell like to her influence, and they fight by using guitars. And when they first fell to Slaanesh, they were playing a concert. And they, of course, went into excess of, like, musical whatever, and then people just started mass murdering each other in the crowd, and, like, rape and that kind of stuff. And you're just like, oh, shit, what the fuck, man? And then there's also Nurgle, who is also known as, like, Grandfather Nurgle, who's the god of plagues.
Nurgle.
Yeah, he's the god of plagues. But, like, if you're afflicted by Nurgle's stuff, he's the only one where the people don't actually feel like pain anymore because they have been corrupted by him. So they start like decomposing and becoming like hideous monster things.
The ghouls from fucking Fallout.
I know, dude. Like it's one of those things you're just like, what would I rather do, right? Would I rather get corrupted by Slaanesh and become like a sexy demon, or would I rather not feel pain anymore and just be like a walking COVID? Like,
my favorite one is the Space Marines. Like I don't know why, but I just love Holy Warriors by Emperor's Light.
Nah, dude, like, you should check out the Death Corps of Krieg. It's basically just World War I German soldiers in space. Like,
Catholic space Nazis.
nah, dude, like, they're
Wolfenstein
not.
3.
Hey, Nazis are World War II. These are, it perfectly fits the World War I narrative because, World War I, they had an emperor in Germany, so, they are known as the Death Corps of Krieg, and apparently, like, they're, like, masters of, like, World War I style attrition, and like they don't really have that many or like space marines at all in the Death Corps of Krieg, but they're so because they're just basic humans, right? But they're so good at what they do, and they're so like prepared to die and like murder a bunch of people that there was one planet that they were sent to because they tried to separate themselves from the Imperium, and the fucking like leaders just decided, yeah, let's just kill everyone. And so they went in and they started like mass murdering a whole bunch of people. And, even the planet was like at one point, okay, we give up. And the Death Corps of Krieg was like, no, you took our blood. You didn't surrender at the first time. This is time to end you. So they just like nuked an entire planet to like oblivion. It's so...
That's usually how a Warhammer spin-off game ends.
That's usually how it is, dude. It's so fascinating. Like, I would never, ever want to live in the Warhammer universe, but it's so fascinating. It's like, I would never, ever want to live through a World War, but World War II and World War I are fascinating as fuck, dude.
And World War I could have been completely circumvented if it wasn't for the delay of the popular anticipated dancing video game Dance Dance Franz Ferdinand.
Oh man, you get shot at the end if you get the high score.
Exactly. That's what started the war.
That's what started the war. Is Gavrio Princip was just too jealous about those dance moves that Papa Franz was giving.
He saw France hit the moonwalk, which was the first time anyone in history has done that.
Oh my god.
How could he be walking forward and backward at the same time?
Dude, man, I don't fucking know. It's so fucking weird, man. The entire thing is just so good, and I've started reading the books too, because they have books. So
of course they do.
It's like I love video games that I have to do homework for. So
and since we were on the topic of war, I've been in a war my entire life against poverty, all right? And here's a good thing with this podcast. With enough listeners, we can make money. So listeners, I don't know who you are, but we are 4 listeners away from being able to make money on this thing.
Hooray, 50 cents.
So... yes. So if you're ready, if you want to help me afford food for myself and my dog, just share it to a friend, please. Make them subscribe. Make them follow. Yep. YouTube, Spotify. Most importantly, Spotify, but YouTube works too. And this is a call to action. All right.
And my half of the money will go to charity. So
I am the charity. My half will go directly to me.
Yeah, no, that's fine, man. But that's also because I have a job. So.
Oh god, it's been bad for me, listeners. It's been bad. I recently had to decide which pet I liked least in the case that I had to eat one of them.
Great.
Ultimately, I decided to eat my girlfriend.
Oh, what girlfriend?
Exactly. No, you're absolutely right. What girlfriend?
I know. Damn.
It's fine. But anyways, with that out of the way, welcome back. Thank you for being patient with us. And I recently watched the new Doctor Strange. Stanley, have you seen it?
No.
It's one of the best bad movies I've seen in my life. The story is 0, but everything else that happens, 10 out of 10. This is the most metal movie I've seen in my life.
Yeah?
And I don't want to say anything because it's so goddamn good. This movie got violent. Like, legitimately, people died. And not like in the Marvel... Well, some people died the Marvel way, where it's like, you see a sword come out of nowhere and then... Oh my god, he was stabbed, right?
Yeah. Like
the super friendly camera cutaway way. People fucking died horrific deaths in this movie.
Oh? Oh yeah.
And I'm all for it. Like, I am all for it. Like, if you like Invincible, you'll love this movie.
Yeah, no, I liked Invincible. I watched it on Amazon. I power through
Invincible
it.
is so good.
Yeah, it's really, yeah, I like it. Yeah, I like the fact that the main character is like Asian American. I like the fact that like it's really brutal, because it's like you don't think about the superhero things of these are people with enhanced strength. Obviously, they can murder some shit, right? Like they can do some real damage.
One of my favorite parts was when Mark accidentally folded that old woman in half just trying to save her.
Yeah.
Like, not that it was my funny because it was my favorite, but he legitimately tried to save her life and ended up hurting her way more than the aliens did.
Or what was the other part?
That was terrible.
The fight in Chicago with Omni-Man, right, was brutal.
Where everybody the train scene.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Like that's a realistic depiction of like Superman and his son murdering each other or trying to, right? So
also, he was Asian?
Yeah, Mark,
I had no clue. They did not tip us off at that at all. I guess he looks Asian. I can't tell with animations.
Omni-Man's wife is voiced by Sandra Oh, right?
I don't know who that is.
Okay. Well, also I'm a fucking nerd, and when I find a new kind of thing, I gotta deep dive into it. So I like know the voice actors.
Omni-Man. Omni-Man is J.K. Simmons, the same guy who was J. Jonah Jameson, the best version of J. Jonah Jameson. I love him so much.
Yeah, no, I got that part. That was probably really good. J.K. Simmons is a really good fucking voice actor. But he has
Mark
really
Hamill was in it too.
Yeah, no, and so
they had an all-star cast with that.
Seth Rogen was in it. Steven Yeun was Mark.
I don't like Seth Rogen anymore.
You don't like Seth Rogen anymore? Why not?
Ever since his Twitter rampage.
About?
Like, that one thing where, like, Casey Neistat was like, bro, someone broke into my car, this sucks. And then Seth Rogen went, like, on a 7-tweet rampage, like, that's just a part of living in a big city, man. I guess I wouldn't get it, because I don't think as my car as an extension of myself.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
It's just like some super rich bullshit.
Oh, yeah, no, rich people
like, completely disconnected from the common man.
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, he doesn't care. That's the thing.
Bro, I would care so much if my car was broken into.
I know. Hey there, baby boy. I know. Like, that's fine. Like, it's okay for you to be upset because we are the common people, Robinson. Yeah, we are the common people. That's the point of this, is that we don't get paid $2,000 a second like Jeff Bezos. So.
Well, at least Seth Rogen can laugh funny.
That's true. And he's Donkey Kong, right? So.
Oh, he is now.
Yeah.
Bro, I can't believe that they delayed the movie. And I honestly think they delayed it because, like, I'm not going to say the Sonic 2 movie is the best movie ever.
Okay.
But the Sonic 2 movie was good.
Yeah, it was pretty damn good. We saw it myself,
and I think, like, Shigeru Miyamoto saw it. He was like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Man.
Illumination, stop that right now.
Yeah. I mean, again, they have.
I don't trust Illumination at all.
Yeah. Fuck those people, man. Like, it's a weird combination, right? I don't know if it's gonna work until we actually see it, and that's kind of like how weird combinations work. Is that you're like, hey, I don't know if this is gonna be a thing in the future. Well, we have a weird combination as our first story, which is Asus, right? The graphics card is teaming up with Nocua, which is these ugly fucking fans that I have in my own gaming rig. But you know what? I'm proud. You don't have to be beautiful to work really well. So that's a little bit of a motivational thing. Oh, 100%. I am a fucking ugly mess, and
I'm the equivalent of Mexican Shrek, I've been told.
If I were a woman, it would be essentially like a Scandinavian woman who lives by herself and hunts reindeer for fun. So
a centaur.
Yeah, something like that. But still, Noctua and Asus have kind of teamed up because they want to make the quietest air-cooled graphics card like ever. Which, okay, yes, I'm here for, because Noctua fans, dude, do some fucking work, and God knows that, like, the like 30 series graphics cards can get pretty toasty, right? Like I don't have to turn on a lot of heat during the winter because global warming, but also because I don't, I just turn my great games on. I'll play Elden Ring on highest quality and then just watch that thing struggle. And
with the recent sanctions in Russia, they've been using gaming PCs to heat up houses.
Yeah, dude. Well, it's still. So it's going to have NVIDIA Ampere streaming multiprocessors, a second-generation RT core, third-generation Tensor cores, a GeForce RTX 3080 graphic card, an OC mode with 118.15 megahertz boost clock, and a gaming mode of 1785 megahertz boost clock, 2 Noctua fans, and a tailor-made heatsink that takes full advantage of the characteristics of the Noctua NF-A1225. So
I love to imagine that you get your black, sleek gaming CPU with the RGB lighting and like taped to the side. It's like this big, boxy, brown CPU fan. It's like Noctua written on it in crayon.
It's so fucking hilarious. I'll actually send you the website that I'm looking at because the card itself, the metal stuff is like all black, but then everything else is just like you see those fans. But the good news is that graphics cards are like on their side, right? So unless you have it like where it's, a weird way, you're not going to be seeing the heatsink part of it. So
yeah, that doesn't make sense. I'm looking at the card for my fellow gamer listeners. We're looking at the card right now. Now, it's a black graphics card, but the cooling fans are like rusted bronze statue brown.
Yeah, they're like chocolate brown and beige. Like
it looks like a penny. Yeah, it's the same color as a rusted old ass penny.
Yeah, dude.
I can smell this graphics card.
You can smell well, you can't hear it, and that's the point. Number one, because you don't have one. Number two,
and you can't afford one. Number three, broke ass motherfucker.
Yeah. But it comes in this like weird box too that's like part brown, green, and black, and it's just like I love it for the meme quality of it too. It's so gross. Okay. I love it. But hey,
for our gamers out there, the NVIDIA black and green box, right? Now just imagine instead of being like fully black, fully green, it's half black, half brown and green. That is. I'm pretty sure that's like the universal color sign for public restroom.
Yeah, dude, it's so good. It looks so good. Like I love this. Like I'm not joking. I actually have fallen in love with this graphics card, and I've only had this graphics card in my mind for like the last 5 minutes. But if anyone tried to take this graphics card's beauty away from me, I would personally be like Khorne. Blood for the blood god, skulls for the throne.
I thought you were talking about the band.
Nah, dude. Demon Warhammer. Who fucking cares? Yeah.
No, okay. This color scheme is confusing me, to be honest.
No, 100%. That's why I said it's like there are matchups that you don't think will work, but will probably work, right?
Like burritos and tape.
Like burritos and tape? Nah, dude. Like burritos and white people.
No. Well, actually, yes, because Hopkins students. So these are students at a full-fledged university. All right.
Okay. All right.
So, I'm assuming they're engineers. Yes. For Tuesday Engineering Design Day. So, basically, as an engineer, your main goal. You got two main goals. One, build shit, all right? So you can make the Iron Man suit or whatever the hell you want. I love how many cosplayers are like, oh yeah, I have an engineering degree.
Yeah, dude, because, you got to have the perfect stuff, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And secondly, an engineer's like core purpose is to fix problems. To see a problem and fix it, right? As simple as possible.
Yeah.
Now, these students... at Hopkins in Baltimore, Johns Hopkins University, decided that we have a problem. Our problem is we can't roll fucking burritos properly. So what they invented is an edible tape.
Okay, I'm listening.
So, for the Tuesday Engineering Design Day, the students at the Whiting School of Engineering developed edible tape. What you can do is you can use this tape to tape up your burrito.
Oh, no. Okay.
So,
or, you can actually just practice and work on your burrito rolling skills. Like, oh my god, dude. Like, what the fuck? Okay.
So, the teammates, the student team, Tyler Guarino, Mary Eric, Rachel Nia, and NIE, I don't know, and Aaron Walsh, they were on the project. A quote from Tyler Guarino. First, we learned about the science around tape and different adhesives, and then we worked to find edible counterparts.
Okay.
They called it Tastee Tape.
That's dangerous, man. I mean, I would try it. I would put that in my mouth. I mean, I used to be a kid that would eat clovers when I was like 4. So yeah, dude, I'd put that tape in my mouth. I'd eat it.
So, good. It's advertised as food grade fibrous scaffold. Took months to design, and they are patenting the invention so they can keep their secret formulas secret. And Guarno has to say, what I can say is that all its ingredients are safe to consume, are food grade, and are common food and dietary additives. So, you don't. He also goes on to say that the tape can be used for any other food that needs securing, not only burritos.
Okay. Burritos, not only burritos. Okay. So, the initial issue was these white people can't roll burritos. Now the issue is, but we can use it for so much else, dude. Like, let's tape those ribs back together, right?
edible rib tape, absolutely.
Okay.
Because, like, that's what I wanted to talk about. When you talk about burritos, I'm a Mexican. I'm like, why the fuck would you do this? It's like when the Americans were like, it's a fork. And the Asians were like, why would we need that? But
yeah,
now I'm thinking about all the other possibilities for food tape.
Yeah. I mean, I'm saying, man, like, that's the point, is that this food tape is not for you. This is not for y'all. This is for,
This for me.
This is for... No, dude, I actually know how to roll burritos. I'm from fucking Texas. Like, that's the...
It's so easy, too. it's like a 30-second YouTube short. You can learn how to roll a burrito with a TikTok, with a Vine.
Oh.
Also, here's a photo of how it looks. It doesn't look like tape. It looks like tape, but it's got like a blackish texture to it.
It looks like what is it? The nori seaweed that you use for sushi?
That could be one of the ingredients. We don't know. The formula is being kept secret.
I'd keep it secret too. Shit. Like, you don't want to be known as the person that like gave hundreds of people the idea of eating tape.
I can't see this in like sealing a burger together. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, so if you don't know, right? My sister, right, actually went to undergrad doing advertisement and marketing before she switched over to biology, right, and then became a doctor. But her, when she went into marketing, apparently there's like a lot of stuff that goes around trying to make food advertisements look more like good than they like are in real life. If you've ever gone to like McDonald's or like kind of place,
yes, I love those. Like, what's that thing? It's like in cereal, like in cereal commercials, they just use glue, and then put the cereal on top of the glue.
Yeah. Well, in part of it, right? Like for ice cream commercials, they just use mashed potatoes because it's easier to make in that perfect scoop. Right, than having just real ice cream. Or for like burgers, they'll put stencils in the burger to make it look like larger, or like it's things aren't squished together.
They use shoe wax to make the burger look like juicy, greasy.
Yeah, like total lie, right? It's like, hey, do you want to eat this? No, I want to frame it and like put it in different color schemes, like
I want to take it out for a night on the town.
like that Campbell's soup, right? Just like that Campbell's soup thing. Just like, I don't know, man. Like I'm thinking, I'm like, this tape is probably going to be used for like advertisement like that, right? It depends on how much it costs.
I think they would just use regular tape.
I don't believe you. Nah.
I can definitely see like edible tape being used at a fancy restaurant, right? Like for a presentation.
Yeah.
I honestly, like, for me, presentation is the last thing on my mind. But if you can use this functionally, I can't think of anything. I can't think of a functional use for this, though, other than burrito tape. Maybe, no, not even sushi rolling. And anyways, I think if you use tape on sushi, you will get beaten to death by a 50-year-old sushi chef.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about that. I have a Korean brother named Danny that would beat the fuck out of me if I ever did something like that. So, yeah.
They got like that bamboo mat that they use to roll the sushi.
They just roll it up like a newspaper and do like a Jason Bourne thing where they like smack you in the face. You're like, I got a knife, I have a newspaper, and I'm gonna treat you like a dog. Damn.
I can 100% see that happening. Like, they open the mat up to use it as defense. Like, he's got a knife, open the mat, block, block, block. Then you wrench the knife out of their hand, you roll it up, you start beating the shit out of them.
Yeah, dude. So I love it that we're covering all the topics that gamers care about, which is like burritos and ugly ass bands and games, because I got a real
talked
pro
about
tip.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah, dude, Doctor Strange. Okay, sure. Yeah. I don't know if gamers care about it that much, though. I think Marvel's kind of become too mainstream for a lot of people to go.
The Marvel movies, absolutely. They've become too mainstream for me. It's too formulaic nowadays.
Yeah, I just remember when I was like, oh, I like Guardians of the Galaxy, and I remember one person going, did you read the original comic book? And I'm like, no, I watched Chris Pratt be an asshole on movie for like 2 hours. They're like, okay, well then you're not a real fan. I'm like,
okay,
right.
never mind. I don't go that far.
Yeah, no.
But I will say this: they will never make a movie adaptation of Ultimate Spider-Man, which is the best Spider-Man comic I've read in my life.
I don't know, man. Hey, you never know. The Marvel movies are just now being milked for their juicy storylines and whatever. Or
isn't Disney going bankrupt? Or like losing a lot of money?
No, Disney's not losing a lot of money. I think you're thinking about Disney losing tax status because of what's going on in Florida.
Oh, I hope they get taxed.
No,
I hope Michael Rat gets put in the IRS prison.
Well, the whole part of it is that like Florida passed a new bill saying that Disney was like helping pedophiles and groomers or some kind of fucking bullshit, and so they were going to dissolve the district that Disney's in and then separate it amongst local districts. And then they realized, oh shit, that means that local services will have to start picking up what Disney just paid for by themselves, which would increase the tax burden by like at least $1 billion to these districts that they don't have. So
God damn.
Yeah.
I'm
right?
like, what? I'm like, okay, well, that's one way to get Michael Rat to pay his taxes, but no, I had it backwards.
Yeah, no, it was essentially they did it on the Florida did it on like we're mad at you, and now everyone Disney's like, okay, fine, pay it up, you owe us money. And now Florida's like, I'm gonna think about it, right? Because
Disney owns Florida now. Jesus Christ. I swear no, this is going to happen one day. With how bad of a shithole Florida is, I can completely see Disney taking over the state.
Yeah. Well, hey, I'm going to let you know that gamers, right? Because obviously these Florida people don't have, they have some real maidenless behavior, right? Some real maidenless
Of course.
behavior. So
y'all out here acting like you ain't got no fucking maidens.
Yeah, maidens.
talking about oh, my immersion, my video game immersion. You need to immerse yourself in a fucking shower, bro, all right?
Yeah, well, I'm just going to confirm what we all think, right? There's a very common thing that gamers are just really smart. You know, they do all the things. They play the strategy games. They're into Rick and Morty. They don't really read as much. But hey, there is this Swedish college known as the Karolinska Institutet that decided to research children to see how their cognitive abilities would develop over time. Right? So, all right. So I want you to think about this, right? Why do you think children are becoming less intelligent cognitively?
Social media.
Social media? Okay, they actually measured social media in this report. So, the results published by Scientific Reports, right, said that children spending more and more time in front of screens were not really sure how this affects their health and whether it has a positive or negative impact on cognitive abilities, right? Because there's still that age-old gamer debate that's like, oh, violent video games cause mass shootings. No, they don't, right? That's not that's been disproven over and over and over since the 90s, right? It's an argument as old as I am. So they decided.
I remember my mom told me that story that she didn't want me playing a game. I forgot what game it was, but because she read in a newspaper somewhere that some kid played this video game where you're like a bowling ball that kills people, and then one day he just bashed his father's head in with a bowling ball.
Damn.
And
I need a movie of that.
Yeah. And now that I'm grown up, one, I can't find any proof of this that happened. And two, when I confronted her about it, she's like, "You're making things up. I would never say that."
Yeah, no, moms are the experts of gaslighting. So
100%.
Now, what is actually interesting about this, right, is because usually how you can tell whether or not a study is good is by their sample size. So they had 9,000 boys and girls that they monitored over a 5-year stance, right? And they went to see.
Damn! I thought Jeffrey Epstein died.
Oh wait, sorry, not 5 years, 2 years, right? So that's actually quite a bit of time to see the effects of their habits that they build, because it takes a while for habits to actually have a positive or negative effect. So, unless it's like heroin, then that's immediate. But still, so they
Immediate
were between
positive effect. Hell yeah.
Yeah, they were between the ages of 9 or 10, and they had a battery of psychological tests to gauge cognitive abilities, which are usually commonly known as intelligence test, right? It's not IQ testing, but it's just still a better way of measuring intelligence. So they were monitored how much they spent watching TV, watching videos, playing video games, and engaging with social media. So after 2 years, they repeated the psychological tests, right, to see how the performance of the test varied from one testing session to the other. And they also had a control group to spot the differences, right? So they could also control for genetic differences that could affect intelligence, like parents' educational background or their income. And on average, children that spent 2.5 hours a day watching TV, half an hour on social media, and 1 hour playing video games. So it's one of those, right? So the results show that those that actually played more video games than average increased their intelligence between the two measures by 2.5 to 4 IQ points.
I knew it. We did it. We did it, gamers. Rise up.
Rise up, yeah. So,
the glass ceiling has been shattered.
Yeah. So it's one of those things of it's also consistent with several other experiments that video games actually can boost intelligence. And one of the reasons is because if you're engaging with television or just watching a video or looking at social media passively, then you're not actually using cognitive parts of your brain that they test for, which is problem solving and measuring and that kind of thing, actually figuring out issues. So
there's no interaction there, yeah.
Yeah. So who would have fucking guessed, right? It's people who read a lot more that actively engage their brain are more intelligent. It's yeah, no shit, because they're actively using their fucking muscle, right? Their brain. And shit, it's actually quite interesting because the results also show that intelligence is not a constant. You don't have the same intelligence as, you go on, is that apparently the other part of this is that the people can actually lose intelligence if they decide to stop like using their brain as much, right? So, you know.
Yeah, no, it's a muscle just like everything else. You stop squatting, your legs, they gonna get chicken.
Yeah, you could like train to be a marathon runner, but then when you stop, right, you're not going to be able to run as long or as fast as you used to. So
If anybody needs an example of this, just ask anybody you see over the age of 50 if they played high school sports.
oh my
And
god.
allow them to tell you how they were MVP, how they should have gone pro.
Reminds me of the fucking like Napoleon Dynamite.
Exactly,
Uncle Rico,
100%.
man, I could have thrown that football over the mountains. I tell you, if the coach had put me in, I'd gone to state. Fucking Uncle Rico, god damn it, he's such a fucking weirdo. But still,
Exactly.
the other idea though is I find like it's one of those things that like after reading the article, I'm kind of like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense, right? Like that makes a good amount of sense of how engaging a kid's brain can make them, better. But at the same time, right, like, there are, like, people who become addicted, right, to video gaming. And there are people who become addicted to, like, things. So then how do you balance, like, this stuff of getting the kids the ability to, like, consistently and, like, more fun, right, actually engage their problem-solving skills while at the same time not getting them addicted?
Mario teaches typing. Boom.
Mario teaches
Got
typing. It. Dude, I would be down for that as a keyboard person myself. I'd be 100% into that. But yeah, thanks Sweden. Thanks Sweden for the article that I can now show my parents and be like, yeah, go fuck yourself. Look at this.
Wait a minute. Swedish? Who? Dice University?
Or I don't know, man.
That's the only Swedish game company I can think of. There's a lot of them, but that's the big one.
For the Imperium. I don't know.
For Khorne.
Yeah, dude. I think this is a cool article, and the only other article that I think of that's actually like kind of as cool is, I don't know. Did you know that there's that black holes can actually appear out of any part of space randomly, and no one can control them, and they show up randomly?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's like something else to be existentially afraid of, right? Like, what the fuck happens if all of a sudden a black hole that was a grain of, like, the size of a grain of rice just suddenly appears in the Earth? Oh yeah, no, we'll die. Like, that's it will
honestly it takes all the pressure off my shoulders, right?
Yeah.
Earth can be destroyed tomorrow, and that's fine. I'll get my work done.
So, what is it? 3 days ago, there was released a new picture of a black hole, or an event horizon on a black hole, because you can't actually see the black hole itself because it like eats all the light, but you can see the event horizon, which is the light that's being bent around it to give it the circular shape, right? So the Milky Way, at the very center, there is a supermassive black hole that is 27,000 light years away from Earth. Right, so we're good, right? We're awesome, we're amazing, we're not that far out. I want you to guess how big this supermassive black hole is.
It's the size of a Whataburger, Southern Hatch chili burger, available only for a limited time.
Close. It is 4 million times more massive than the solar system's sun.
Almost had it, damn it.
Yeah, dude, that's fucking incomprehensible. Right?
That's insane. And how far away is it again?
27,000 light years away from us.
Okay, also incomprehensible. That's better.
I know, that's the whole thing about space, is that you're just kind of like, if someone said like some made up number, like, oh, it is like 1.27 dillijoules.
Sextillions.
Say, or dillijoules away from us, I'd be like, yeah, that sounds about scientific enough, right? Because I'm a historian, not a scientist. I study dead people, not the Earth. So, yeah, dude, it took in order for us to actually capture the event horizon of this fucking black hole, they had to have around 100 million CPU hours of 300 plus researchers to kind of even put the picture together, right?
Just enough computing power to make Cyberpunk 2077 work.
Yeah. So in order to create it, right, like Cyberpunk 2077, the researchers made use of the I had actually never heard of this word before. Science, right? It's interferometry. Interferometry, which is a radio wave-based scanning power of an EHT array, which includes 8 radio telescopes deployed around the globe. But scanning this distant celestial body comes with another caveats, like the exposure time. In this case, the cosmic equivalent of a photograph of a tree with a 1-second shutter in a windy day. So essentially, this black hole is moving really, really, really fast. And for us to actually capture this, it had to use AI. It had to use all these different really specialized photographic things.
This is what we think happened.
Yeah. No.
And we're going to leave it at that.
The vast majority required computing hours, 80 million, and to run on a 23.5 petaflops. Yeah, that's right. The memory was 23.5 petaflops. So,
and not to be confused with floppy dog ears where you pet them, petaflops.
Yeah.
What the fuck is a petaflop?
So, a petaflop, right? Are you looking it up right now?
I was, yes.
You were? Okay, so a petaflop, right?
1 quadrillion flops?
Yeah. It's 1 quadrillion teraflops, or 1,000 teraflops. So it's 1 quadrillion flops of processing power. Right?
What is a flop compared to a megabyte?
It's called a floating point of operation, and it's to measure computer performance, right? So how the computer chip runs, because it's 23.5 petaflops, right? And they used a Linux-based Dell system that is actually ranking number 13 on the top 500 list of supercomputers, right? And
I love Linux so much. Hey, Windows 10, is it okay if I disable Cortana? No, you can't disable Cortana.
You're gonna
break the system. And then with Linux, it's yo, Linux, can I get rid of the bootloader? Linux is yeah, fuck it, man, do it. Lol.
Yeah, it's in Nier when you can remove your memory chip, or you remove the operating system, and you just
Linux
lose.
Is fuck it, bro, full send. Yeah, get rid of the bootstrap. What can happen?
Yeah. So they had essentially Frontier leverages a 448,448 CPU cores. Yo, dude, what the fuck? So they had close to 500, a little under 500,000 CPU cores processing this image. Yeah, that's how fast and that's how far away this thing was. We are living in the future, right? So,
absolutely, this is the future of gaming now.
Yeah, dude, it's so
GTA
massive.
5 ray
right?
traced.
Yeah, dude, I think that's so massive, dude. That's so big, 400 million times more bigger than a sun. You're fucked. If that thing landed in solar system, it's GG's. It's goodbye. Go smoke your hash. Go do your thing. Go tell your friends goodbye. But you might not have enough time because we'll all be spaghettified. So,
Just enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Just try to live to the fullest because the fullest is coming. And it's coming fast.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's the real villain of the Marvel universe is this supermassive black hole.
just Irv.
Yeah. Yeah, so there you go. I thought that was pretty cool. I was reading about this and I was getting more and more impressed by the moment. I was like, oh my god.
That shit's scary.
Yeah, and the pictures, it's funny because it's the picture's all blurry and everything's kind of whatever about the photo, but then you think, man, this must be what it felt like when the PlayStation 1 came out. And they're 3D graphics? Look at how amazing they are. And it's just polygons rubbing against each other.
They put pants on the marsupial.
Oh,
what a new generation.
Bolt and Daxter, something like that. Yeah.
I can finally have sex in video games with God of War.
Oh yeah, no, that mini game is still fucking great. I haven't played it since I was like 20, right? But hey,
these 3D graphics are amazing. What are you playing? A Parappa the Rappa?
yeah. But still, like, even though it like looks kind of blurry, it's still cool to think about how much this like took, right, to actually get a photo of the event horizon of a black hole. So the only reason we know what an event horizon looks like is because of this, right?
It's because a bunch of gaming nerds. Hell yeah. Gamers rise up. We're going to be the first ones to colonize Mars.
Which, by the way, we need to do our screamy summer. You know, or a summer of Scream or something like that, like where we do the movie butter, but with like horror movies. And the first movie that we need to watch is Event Horizon.
Yeah, sure. I've heard of it, never seen it, so it'll be nice.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be fun.
Speaking of horror, we're coming back to Microsoft OS, but before I do. Everybody, you know our intro music, our outro music, made by one of my good friends, Ravioli Dream Balloon. He released his first EP, RDB and Friends, on Spotify. So go ahead, listen to it, support this guy because he's been supporting us. Mm-hmm. And that's all I want to say. Thank you so much, Ravioli Dream Balloon. Personally, my favorite one is I'm Tired of Waiting.
Yeah, dude, like, rock on, man. Like,
hell yeah.
You should do a collab with Hot Dad. Have you ever seen that YouTube channel, Hot Dad?
Hot Dad?
Yeah, dude. Like, he's got some fucking bangers there. Like, he's all, like, synthwave, like, with mixture with hip-hop.
He is the banger. He's the Hot Dad.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to horror. Windows 11. Mm-hmm. So, I tried upgrading to Windows 11, and, it throttled my Wi-Fi. I was getting like 2 megabytes download and 1 kilobyte upload. And I have gigabit Wi-Fi. Well, gigabit internet, Ethernet, right?
Yeah.
So I uninstalled, and I'm just waiting for it to become stable enough for me to come back.
Okay.
It's still not stable. So, in this latest update, users have flagged that SpareXKey+. Okay. Uh-huh. A bunch of apps that use Net 3.5 framework, which is like almost every single computer app right now.
Yeah.
Doesn't work. It causes them to crash. And Microsoft said, uninstall Windows 11. So not even Microsoft wants you to have Windows 11.
Yeah, dude, because Microsoft, like, Windows 11 sucks. You see, this is what happens when people try to copy Apple, is that they make an inferior product.
And guess what?
What?
You know what runs on this what is it? Net 3.5 framework?
Yeah, what do you
Discord.
Discord.
So if we both have Windows 11, we would not be able to record this podcast episode today.
Oh, no, not at all. Like, that's why Windows needs to, like, stop being stupid and just do your own thing, right?
I mean, all they got to do is just make it stable. I like Windows 10. I don't see an issue with Windows 10. I had Windows 11 for a while.
Okay.
It wasn't different. I mean,
it was like,
sure, they got rid of the taskbar for like a middle bar, which I didn't care for. And once again, I had to jump through 900 different hoops in order to disable Cortana.
Yeah.
But I just don't get them. I really do not understand what Microsoft is trying to do right now.
I don't know. It seems like they kind of went down when Bill Gates left. Yeah.
I didn't even know he left. May he rest in peace.
No, he just still gets a lot of money, right? So that's it.
No, so he's just like, I'm out.
Yeah, he's like,
Let's get this cash.
Yeah.
But
Man,
I just think it's hilarious.
I can't blame them though.
Blame who? Bill
I can't.
Gates?
Yeah, no, I can't blame Bill Gates for being like, I made this company and I'm one of the richest people to ever exist, so I'm out. Bye. I'm gonna go enjoy my money.
You know, I did say donating 99% of my fortune when I die, which is true.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why y'all are mad that I gambled away 98% of my fortune on my deathbed.
Mm. Mm.
I don't know.
Mm.
That's probably not gonna happen, but I don't know. I don't trust Bill Gates too much. But I got some good micro stories that we can end off the day with.
Hell yeah, let's do it. Go.
So I'm very happy. Yakuza franchise selling over 2.9 million units worldwide. Hell yeah! I'm playing
Alright.
Yakuza Judgment
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Very good. People are mad at the Kingdom Hearts Cloud version. I'm bringing this up because I hate cloud gaming.
Yeah.
I think it's a stupid fucking idea. It was
the
novel.
worst. It was the
novel.
worst. Yeah.
When Google was like Google Stadia, I was interested, okay? But after seeing it in action, it's horrible. We're not ready yet, right? It's like the original VR on the fucking Virtual Boy. Like, this is going to be the future, yes. But
Yeah.
you are way too early. This is awful. And people who own Kingdom Hearts Cloud version can't play the game because sometimes there will be busy servers.
Okay, great. Yeah. No, GG.
Imagine that.
Get the fuck out of here. Just, like, how can they run The Witcher 3 on a Switch, but they can't put the Kingdom Hearts 3 on the fucking Switch? Like,
And
answer me this, Batman. Like, what the fuck?
And The Witcher, it's not cloud, is it? It's
No,
like,
it's on the
yeah.
it's on the like standard like
okay,
game
good. Yeah, I
chip.
thought
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
But yeah, imagine that. You pay money to own this video game. You open it up. You have to connect to Wi-Fi first.
Yeah.
And then, so like, fuck it if like you're on an airplane or like in a hotel or like you brought your Switch anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But on top of that, you try to open up your Kingdom Hearts video game and you can't because too many other people are playing it.
You know, gamers, man, they're the most persecuted people in the world, she said in sarcasm. That's
The glass ceiling must be shattered to
I
give
know.
rise to the
I
most
know.
oppressed group, gamers, and the Hun.
Oh shit. Hey, don't use those slurs in my room.
Wait, is Hun a slur?
Yeah, dude, a Hun is a slur. In America, it's a slur for like German people or anyone from Eastern Europe.
Wait, then who were the Huns in the Mulan movie?
Oh no, those are actual historical Huns, my guy. Like,
I'm talking about the historical Huns.
Sure you are.
What does Hun mean?
Sure you are, Robinson. Yeah.
Because if it's not a race, it's just a short version of honey. Hey,
Robinson,
Hun, get over here.
Robinson, a secret
damn it, what?
racist.
No. What is a Hun? A member of the warlike Asiatic? What the fuck is Asiatic?
Asiatic.
Asiatic
yeah.
nomadic people who ravage Europe. Yeah, no. I think the Hun should get more visibility in movies, especially when we gonna have a Hungarian Marvel hero, huh?
I don't know, man. But hey, I mean, I'm just gonna send you this. All you need to know about the English use of Hun. So
I like how you sent me a Wikipedia link, a Wiktionary link. But the only thing it is, because like in Discord, if you send a link, you expect like a description of it. It just says the word Hun.
Yep,
and
and
nothing
it's
else.
like it's just blue.
It's just blue. From Old English, hunas, and hunie, from late Latin hun. I love that the first sentence of every Wikipedia article is just nonsense.
Yeah, dude, like it's because it's etymology, right? Like it's showing you the progression of how these words developed into modern like things. But yeah, it was a derogatory term for Germans popularized by Rudyard Kipling.
Ooh, according to the 2010 United States Senate, Hun is the the 35,393rd most common surname. At that point, I think it's one of the most least common surnames.
Yeah, but look, Han is the most common among Asian Pacific Islander at 73%, and white at 12%. Yo, what?
Dude, it's so common, at least 12%.
Like, it's like Asian people, okay, and white people for some reason. Like that's
so like most common within Asian names. Well, what's the percentage? 73. All right, no, I can see that being the most common. Also with white, well, what's the percent? 12%.
So it says 623 people, right? 623 people. I'm gonna do some math because I'm just gonna see what 623 times 0.12 is. That's 75 people. 75 people out of 623 are white, and the rest are fucking Asian. Like, what the fuck?
I love this Wikipedia page so much. At the bottom, it says anagrams for hun, na, and un. What the fuck is on? Oh my god! There's a description. An alternative form of God damn it.
Yeah.
No. See anagrams, hun. This is amazing.
Yeah, dude.
All right, one more news story that I'm super excited for. Mob Psycho 100 Season 3 coming out October 2022.
Okay.
Have you seen Mob Psycho?
Yeah, I saw the first season, and then I didn't watch the second season, and then I'm just now
the
hearing
second
about
season
this one.
ramps it up.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it's like the difference between One Punch Man Season 1 and One Punch Man Season 2. Where Season 1 it's like...
No, that's not good.
Season 1 was like, it's a goofy story about a man that punches thing, and then Season 2, it's like, it just became fucking Endgame.
No, man, like One Punch Man Season 2, the animation quality went down significantly.
Okay, the animation quality, yes, that went down, but I'm talking about the story. Like, Mob Psycho 100, Season 1 story, haha, goofy psychic powers. Number 2 is like, the Earth will be juiced.
The Earth
if
will
we
be
don't
juiced,
do something.
yeah.
If we don't do something, it'll be like that compilation of an old grandma making orange juice.
Okay.
And my last story, I don't really have a Shack Attack, but this is funny because it shares a namesake with one of Stanley's children, Johnny Cash.
Yay, Johnny Cash.
In Arkansas, in the town of Kingsman, birthplace of Johnny Cash, they have a water tower with a mural of the man in black. A silhouette of Johnny Cash, right?
Yeah.
And it's on a water tower. Somebody shot it, right?
Yeah.
Somebody shot the Johnny Cash mural. And people were like, did he do it because he hates Johnny Cash? Is it a terrorist? Well, no. He shot Johnny Cash in the dick, and now it looks like Johnny Cash is pissing forever.
Yo. This is the best thing I've seen all week. Oh my god, this is so great. Like,
so for our viewers, it's just a silhouette of Johnny Cash painted on a water tower with a huge stream of water coming out of his dick.
Yeah, dude. Fucking great. This is so awesome. This is like the best.
So funny.
This is like, here's the thing, right? Like, I remember, what is it? Johnny Cash will always be one of my favorite singers because my grandpa liked Johnny Cash, and obviously I have a corgi named Johnny Cash. I didn't name him. The people on the ranch did. So, that I picked him up from. But even though he's like a stubby little corgi boy, Johnny Cash is like one of the very few country singers that I respect because he's, I don't know, this guy like rallied against white nationalists. He also like was like, hey, we need to have better like jails and like criminal reform because, you know, the system's fucked up. He was also against the war in Vietnam. He was someone who was like, his whole thing, the moniker, the Man in Black, that song is actually about his politics, right? And he's very much like, yeah, no, we're fucking up. So I'm going to keep wearing black because you people are fucking assholes. It's kind of like, after I realized that song, that's why I started dressing in all black shit. So,
But I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die.
Yeah, man. Dude, that is amazing. That's a good shot, too. It's like straight.
It's
like
right on
in
his
the dick.
dongle.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh,
Unfortunately, this is a real issue because he did shoot into an active water tower.
Oh, yeah, no. And
So
bullets
it is
are filthy, right? It's
Yeah,
contaminated.
so it is considered like an act of domestic terrorism, unfortunately. Because not only did he damage and vandalize the town's water supply, but you're right, there is now lead inside the water supply, so he technically poisoned the town, the town of Kingston.
Yeah, well, still, dude, that's so fucking cool. Yeah, still.
I'm just looking at, if you go to the website, this news article is from kansascity.com. There's a video where Johnny Cash's piss is just blowing in the wind.
Yeah. One of the things you learn as a young child growing up on road trips where there are no bathrooms around for miles.
Peeing off the ledge. Oh, I'm peeing off the ledge.
Yeah, that sucks because they're going to have to replace all that water, and that's going to be expensive. They're going to have to replace that water tower and disinfect it. So, yeah, sucks for the people that have to live around that, and then they're going to get their water shut off for a couple days. So,
But I shot a man in Kingston just so I could watch him piss.
Yeah.
And with that, I think I'm ready to end this. What about you?
Yeah, dude, I'm out. I'm gonna go dive into, I don't know, the death core of Krieg's trenches and try to see which guy can shovel, a dead body faster. So that's gonna be my afternoon.
I'm gonna go to a gym.
You're gonna go to a gym? Goddamn, I need to start going to the gym again because I need to get my ass in gear.
No, I'm gonna give you the alpha grind set, okay? You gotta work 2 weeks every day. You gotta sleep 1 day a week. Alright, I forgot the rest of the meme. You know that meme where it shows military soldiers doing push-ups? And it has the dumbest shit in text.
Uh-huh.
I love those so much. Just eat children, extra protein. I love it so much.
Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah.
Listen, Your Honor. If you are what you eat, my client is obviously an innocent man.
Okay.
And with that,
yeah.
I'm just happy to be back, so who do I want to give my go to hell to? I'm gonna give it to Florida. Yeah, fuck you, Florida.
Fuck you, Florida, Ron DeSantis. You cheap. It's Mommy, I want Donald Trump. We have Donald Trump at home. Donald Trump at home. Ron DeSantis.
it's just all of Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Bienvenidos.
All of Florida. I'm gonna give my go to hell to the Heat. Fuck the Heat. Fuck you.
Fuck you, Miami Heat, also in Florida.
Yeah, of course, because I'm a sportsman. I know the sports, all the sports.
I love the sports ball. Shoot that basketball.
Yeah.
See y'all.
Bye.
Not folks.